just sit here. Okay. Is this on? Is this working? Okay. Yeah, my name is Wyatt Scruggs, 21-year-old film major at Belmont, 5'10", aspiring filmmaker. I did one, my friend, it wasn't a student set, but it was all like our friends doing it, and that one was a lot of fun, because I got to be that was the first one I got to be the head gaffer for. Her name's Keegan. We were in cinematography class, and we had a setup. I had a light up here, and there's like a kid in a chair right here, right? Or not a kid, like another guy in the class. We're packing up the set, and everyone's like taking the sandbags off, and they're getting the C-stands down, they're boxing up the camera, and we're in such a rush. I hadn't got much sleep, and I had never done this before. I took the sandbag off the light before lowering it, and the light comes careening down over this guy, and thankfully he's in a spinny chair, so he pushes back and he dodges the light, and the teacher is this old guy. He turns to me and goes, "Never take the sandbag off the light first. Always lower it." I felt so bad. I was so apologetic about it. And I was like, God, I'm an idiot. And I apologized to him, and I apologized to the teacher and everything. And then I was leaving the class, and I'm in the elevator. Keegan walks up, and she's like, "Hey, like I got this like film club going on for my production company. I think you'd be a great fit." Me, the guy that like almost just killed someone like 20 seconds ago, you want me for it? She's like, "Yeah, we always need bad people to make the good people seem better, you know?" So that's how I met her. She brought me onto that. I had loosely known of everyone else through other classes. I made a lot of really good connections on that one. I'll say that after I graduated high school, and then I took 2 years off to work, and those were really hard. All my friends were going into universities, completing their degrees and everything, and making all these friends, and then I was just at home working, going from work to home, and that was it. There's upsides to it for sure, but it was hard and lonely, and I hated it. I think it forces you to sit with yourself and identify a lot of your problems that you have and try to make a change. And I find that a lot of people that went straight here in the maturity way and a development way are still behind. But coming here has been great, going to school after all that. Did a lot of work on myself. I fixed a lot of problems, a lot less insecure, more confident in myself. Made a lot of really good friends quickly. Oh, Mason? Hey, are you at work right now? What are you doing right now? Are you busy? The documentary is about, it's about me. Yeah, you can't be interviewed about me. Okay, cool. It will be over right now. I'm sorry.
So I transferred to Belmont as a junior last August, and I was a film student. I didn't know anybody though. I was going in completely blind, and my dad was like, "I have a friend in Memphis. We go back way back, and he has a granddaughter who's an incoming freshman. Like, she doesn't really know anybody either." So I went to breakfast with this girl. She was cool. We never really talked much after that, but she told me about you, Wyatt being one of them. He's like, "You've got to meet Wyatt. You'd love him." I was just like, okay, I'm sure I'll cross paths with this guy one day. We went a whole semester without knowing each other. I think we were added to a group chat together at one point. Yeah, Chris, yeah. We knew each other existed, I think, but we didn't like ever speak. And then this most recent semester, we had one class, was two.
Right. Oh yeah, why? You weren't in that team. Yeah.
We had prod and set management together, and this all sat in the back of the class, caused a ruckus the entire time with Maddie and Mackenzie and Joe. And I was at the front of the class because I got there late the first day, and it was the only spot left. I felt so left out the entire time. I was like, oh, they're having so much fun back there. I'm just up close and personal with Jen Blair. Like, what am I doing here? So I think the first time we ever talked is we were playing a game, as we usually do in Jen Blair's class, and it was some kind of like bartering bidding game. Like, what was that? And I was like, dude, like $3 margarita nights. Like, this is truly something special. And I'm playing with Wyatt, and I don't know this dude. We finished playing the game, and somebody, I don't think, who wins the card? I don't know. It's just me and Wyatt. And Wyatt goes like, "Hey man, if you ever want to go grab drinks at Chili's, let me know." And I'm like, "All right, dude, like I'll let you know for sure." And I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, this guy can hang. But I don't think we just kind of like talked more and more. The first time we really hung out was actually my birthday. So I was having a birthday party here. They was supposed to be a big deal a couple days after my birthday. But my actual birthday, I wanted to have a guys' night at Rudy's Jazz Club. I had invited all my friends, and a bunch of people had to back out last minute. People that were going to be at the party, so I wasn't that upset about it. But I still really wanted to go to Rudy's with some guys. So I had like 4 friends left committed. 2 of them would eventually end up dropping out anyway. And I just asked Wyatt in class. I was like, "Hey, dude, do you want to go to Rudy's with us?" So he went with me and my friend Matt and this guy named Whit, who we don't really speak of. We've been best buds ever since, I guess.
A lot of inspiration comes from real events. The last thing I just wrote, which I'll produce and like shoot next spring, came from just going out with my friends one day. Sort of those events, and that stemmed a story. And I think a lot of what we do, a lot of telling stories, is living life. Because if you don't have those experiences, you can't relate to your characters, and it comes from a place of inauthenticity. If there's something going on, I feel like I have to go to almost. It's like, I haven't done that before, this could lead to something, or this could inspire me in some way. Other than that, it's a lot of just late nights, stream of conscious, word vomit, write down anything that pops in my head, and then maybe one of those is cool. And I pitch that to like 30 people and see what they think. I don't think I'm ever confident in what I'm doing, but I always shock myself when I get there, and I do what I'm supposed to do. But I hold myself to a high standard, so maybe it's not the level that I want, but I still got the job done. The first set I ever did, September of last year. I came in the same age as pretty much everyone there, but they were all so much more experienced than me. I was just like, God, like I feel like I should be at that level, and I wasn't sure what I was doing, but I knew like how we could get a shot, or like how we could improve the story. And yeah, I was just really unconfident, but I enjoyed it, and I learned a lot from that first one. One of the actors on that, cut to like a month ago, 2 months ago, him and I are hanging out. We were talking about that first set, and we were talking about that experience, and he told me, he's like, I think you'd make a really great director. The way I saw you on that set, trying to take care of everyone else, and you were involved in every single department along the way and asking really important questions, made me realize you were meant for this, and that you could really do a good job at this. First off, I almost cried, because like that's an amazing thing to say to someone, and it meant a lot, because I was like, I thought that I was like shaky, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just 3 feet behind everyone else in this race, you know? But his words really helped me out. I made sure every meal I had was with a different person for that first month I got here, and I just tried to meet as many people as I could. If there's an event, like, hey, I'll go meet new people, try to put yourself out there. And through that, I met a ton of people, and that's how I've gotten a lot of my gigs, was just to throwing myself out there, trying to be friendly, and hang out with them, and then they'll throw you a bone every now and again. Coming to a big city, there's a lot more opportunities, of course. My buddy Nico and I moved in together, you know, and we got our first apartment ever, and it's been fun trying to assemble the space and build it out. We got a TV stand yesterday, and that's really tied the space together. But I think it's going good. You know, it's a slow build over the course of, you know, the next few years we're here. This is all I own. You know, the first night I was here, I didn't even sleep in my bed. I slept on the rug here, and then the second night I also slept on the rug.
I have this thing where I like to cook for my friends, so I have people over a lot and I cook for them. Wyatt is frequently a part of that. We're planning on going to this pool party for a girl named Macy, who's also in MOT. We were planning on going, and we got distracted with my friends Matt and Connor because they came over to eat, and we ended up being 3 hours late to said pool party. So by the time we got to the pool party, we had had a night already. Like we'd been drinking. It'd been a long night. We get to this pool party, and they immediately kick us out of said pool party because the pool's closing at 10 p.m., whatever it was at the apartment. So we end up relocating to our friend Lucas's house, and we have a good night there. We're driving home, me and Wyatt. Wyatt's behind the wheel. We see this car like ahead of us, and Wyatt goes, "It's Caleb." And he's like, "It's Caleb, dude, you gotta yell at him." And it's like 3 a.m. at this point on 12 South. Like, come on. We shouldn't be yelling at random people. We wheel up to it, and I roll down the window. You know that like meme on the internet that's like the guy from Breaking Bad? I yelled that at him, and it was not Caleb Wood. It was this old geezer, do-rag, had like a lit joint, and there's like 4 women in the car that were varying ages. Turned his head really sharply and looked at me with those snake eyes. Like, it was like, "I'm gonna you up. I immediately turn to Wyatt and I go, get the fuck out of here. Drive. That's not a very interesting story now that I think about it. It's just him being an idiot. I mean, I've just made so many incredible memories that it's just been incredible. This summer has been wonderful. And now I have this guy as a next door neighbor, so I can't even imagine what the next year is going to be like.
2 cats in the city, huh? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? 2 of us.
This place could be yours one day.
Everything that light touches is yours.
I'm such a Lewis and Clark.
What the hell? Stack at you weird.